Oh, yes. I'm just looking at these interpretations of legal documents. Yes, the meaning of laws. It's the opposite of liberal interpretation. It's restrictive. Pooch. But then there's that restraint of trade. Oh my gosh, practices that interfere with or do away with free trade, such as might occur when a monopoly exists or when several companies conspire to interfere with unrestrained free competition. Ooch. Now, this restraining order, where I keep telling you to remove it, and you keep saying, no, we're not going to remove it. We're going to keep you homeless. We're going to hold your sons hostage, and we're not going to enforce your rights as an American citizen. I think in the European Union, do they have a restrictive interpretation of their legislation, or is it a liberal interpretation where they can know that the United States of America intentionally imprisons those for crimes they didn't commit? Considering I wasn't in Swim, Washington on December 31st. Yes, they obligate people to go through mental health evaluations where they're not mentally defective or have a mental illness. They admit them involuntarily into mental facilities so that they can be administered psychotropic medication against their will without allowing them any witnesses, without any evidence. Knowing that I was here on, June 16th of 2017, I wasn't in Brennan, Washington. Yes. Now, I would say that I could sue the European Union for having knowledge of all this fraud of the United States, and they're intentionally conspiring to obstruct my free right to sell products in the European Union. You know, when I read the front page that it cost $1 billion over cost, I thought maybe I'd get involved in the manufacturing of airports. Now, there's only certain contractors that get those types of, well, I know. You're using an asphalt. Yes, you are. And the asphalt has to be a certain hardness because of the airplanes that land on it. Yes. And then you have those big vacuum cleaners that vacuum up all the pebbles. Why don't you get me the contractors in the European Union that have worked on any airports for the last, 30 years? Yes. I'd just like to know these big construction companies that get the multi-billion-dollar contracts to manufacture airports. Now, I would say that you are conspiring, yes, to deprive me, yes, of my right to sell products to the European Union. And when you do that because of your refusal to remove your court orders, the fraud of the court orders, and the number of times that I've been arrested and you victimized me, I was a little concerned that the United States doesn't understand the liability to the European Union for not... Well, just get me the contractors that have built all these airports in the European Union. When it's $1 billion over cost and 8 months over the allowed time to fulfill a contract, yes, there could be a few $100 million missing. Now, I know you're one of these global contractors that always gets the multi-billion-dollar contracts. Yes, he does.